Hey all YouTubers, back again. Okay, Mac brought up a good subject that I've never talked about. I never really considered it. Okay, I'm going to scoot over here so I can be in the center. Alright. Things being possessed. Okay? Yes, they can be. What happens is that adamant objects can be possessed. Alright, how this happens is that if a certain entity, okay, decides that it wants to attach itself to an adamant object, say if you go to an antique shop and you buy something that's very old, okay, and that this entity liked this object, or thinking, as I said, they're stupid, thinking that they can inhabit that as being somewhat like human, alright, they can possess. I'm trying to get up my videos, like I said, from years back of the first pictures that I'd taken. And the one it's in 3 stages in the photographs of a shadow ghost. Now, it could have been that someone drug it in with them and it was hunting a prey, or it was the used dress that I bought. Okay? I don't wear that dress no more. And it's probably 10 times big on me, but it's a gorgeous dress, but I don't wear it no more. I still have it, but I don't wear it. Okay? They can inhabit material items. Okay? Even at the flea market, you buy something that's used. Okay, you don't know what these people are into. Okay, so it decides to take on its own form by inhabiting a piece of clothing, a piece of furniture, anything, a little knick-knack, anything. You can drag them in that way. And I thought Mac brought up a very good subject, because that was one subject I haven't talked about yet. And the way I found to clear that out is if you think an adamant object is possessed, and to get it out of your life, because what happens is that you bring it into your home, it is let loose. Okay? And then it goes back into the adamant object, so it's hard to find. Okay? Now the Native Americans believe in smudging. They smudge everything when they bring it into their house. They feel it is clearing out any spirits or ghosts or whatever in the object. And by smudging is sage and lavender and prayer. Okay, that's the Native American way of doing it, which I think works. Okay, I do believe that it works. But in order to get rid of it, if you suspect something being an inanimate object, okay, such as clothing or something like that, my way of doing it is, and to be honest about it, I've never done it, but I should have every time I go to the flea market, because that's even what Jim said. We drag stuff in here from the flea market. We don't know what they're into. Okay, and you gotta go through the ritual of prayer, and basically the Lord's Prayer is what it is, and to help Him help you get rid of it. Because it's coming from a stranger. You don't know the person personally, and like I said, you don't even know what your next door neighbor's into. They can go on and say they're Christian, but yet they're worshiping Satan at the same time. Hiding behind that closet there, that cupboard door. But that's a good question, Mac. But yes, they can inhabit furniture, they can inhabit clothing, they can inhabit anything that they want to. And it attaches itself to an adamant object waiting for a prey to take in so they can torture the poor person. But it's the same as a house cleaning. It's the same as going in and house cleaning. That's how you get rid of it. You call it out away from the adamant object, bring it forth, and clean the house. Because eventually it's in the house. It's creating chaos. It's creating all kind of misery. Or someone will say, I have an old lady in my house, but I don't know if it came with the house or if it came with the piece of furniture I bought. Say, you know, but yes, it does come, you know, they can inhabit adamant objects. So folks, be very careful, and if you have any doubt, and if you are experiencing what you didn't experience before until you got that object, then it's with the object. You know, and it's very simple, you know, but nobody knows how strong they are. The reason why I say it's simple because I deal with house cleanings. You know, some are very hard to get rid of, some aren't. You know, it just all depends. But always take that into consideration. If you didn't have problems before, and you had purchased something, say at an antique shop, the flea market, or you bought a piece of used clothing, you know, and then you start experiencing something, guaranteed there was something that is inhabiting that piece of furniture. But that's a subject I never thought about bringing up, and I think it's a good subject to bring up because of the simple fact that it's more common than what you think. And what it is, or you get a lady that really liked the piece of furniture. Maybe your husband got her back in the early 1900s. She fell in love with it, thought it was the most beautiful thing, and of course she's passed on, and people think that this female, you know, was attached so much to this adamant object that she has decided to never let it go. That's what most people, people think. It all depends on the belief system. You know, my belief system is you don't know what your neighbor's into, so 9 times out of 10, it decided to take on this, you know, where it cannot be found. You know, and of course, you know, my theory is there's a scientific theory, there's a reason for everything, there's an explanation for everything, but then on the other hand, if you start experiencing things that you didn't experience before, and you start having all this crap going on in your house, and your kid who is a teenager acting kind of screwy or asking you questions or telling you stories that might be happening at night with them, you know, and that was the only thing you can think of, the 9 times out of 10, the thing has inhabited the object, you know. And it could be too, now, another thought is this, that a lot of people don't take into consideration, even a piece of brand new furniture, it all depends, you know, the maker even, you know, whoever made that piece of furniture could be into something, and it's just like spreading like you know, an epidemic. You know, this thing takes on, inhabits the furniture. Or it could be where, you know, the place it's being sold from could be haunted and taking on that aspect. You know, I am one that I don't think too much about it. That's why I got a demon in my house now, because I screwed up by not protecting myself. You know, but this is one possibility of having a haunting, is because of this, you know, these things burying themselves in, you know, possessing, you know, items, and that, so I mean, this is one way of dragging them in, you know. But I thought that was a good, you know, comment that Mac made, because I haven't covered that, and you guys are doing great, because you guys are, you know, bringing out stuff that I'm not even thinking about talking about. Okay, I should be looking at my footage, but right now I'm kind of burnt out, and I don't feel very well today, and I'm just going to wait on that till, you know, till maybe tomorrow, and maybe I'll have a fresher, clearer head, you might say. But anyway, this is Try76. Keep them comments coming. I'm enjoying making videos. Alright guys, you guys have a nice night.